What's up, guys? Rob from LegitBrowniesGaming here, back bringing you episode 5 of the week-long Winddown. And I'm gonna try a new format in this episode. Usually I get gameplay first and then make a commentary to reflect the length of the gameplay, but I find that I run out of ideas really quickly. I repeat myself too much. I say a lot. So I'm gonna do the commentary first and get gameplay to reflect the length of the commentary, and we'll see how this works. I think it'll come out better. Um, this week's topic is one that's kind of controversial in some ways. It's about acceptance. And what I mean by that is like accepting people for who they are. Now what I mean by it's kind of controversial is that it kind of reaches into a gray area when you talk about people with different, I don't know, different sexual preferences, I guess. Because there are some people out there that are not very friendly towards anyone who is homosexual, lesbian, bisexual, transgender. Um, and I think that's really wrong, in my opinion. That's really bad. I, what I'll say is, I accept you for who you are. I don't care what your sexual preference is. I don't care if you feel that you're a man trapped in a woman's body. I'm gonna judge you based on how you are as a human being, regardless. I'm not gonna judge you based on your looks. I'm not gonna judge you based on, what you've, not necessarily what you've done, but that's kind of also a gray area because if you do something like illegal, then maybe my opinion of you will be different, but I try and keep a very open mind. You know, what's happened has happened. You can't really change that. If you went, sorry, if you went out and did something stupid, like you went out and, affiliated with a gang, if you went out and like did illicit drugs, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't agree with either of those things at all. And in my opinion, that's a very stupid choice on your part. But it's not really, as long as you realize the fact that what you did was wrong, then I won't judge you. Like if you come to me and you'll say, I can't believe I, went and joined that gang. That was stupid of me. Then I'll be like, you're damn right it was stupid. But the fact that you realized it was dumb and the fact that you were intelligent enough to stop doing that, I'm not gonna judge you for it. What happened has happened. No one can change that. You need to move on. So, going back to the sexual preference thing, there are some people that are very anti-gay, very anti-lesbian, anti this and that, and to me, it's no different than like, people who choose not to like pizza or people who choose not to like tacos. And I'm not saying sexual preference is a choice. That is a matter that is up for debate. I will not state my opinion on that in this commentary. You can formulate your own ideas. I don't want to influence anyone. But to me, it's like, it's just something about you. Oh, Ron doesn't like pizza. I'm not going to be like, what the hell is wrong with you, Ron? Are you crazy? I'm going to shun you from society. It's like, Ron likes men. I'll be like, that's cool. He can do his own thing. If he's a good person, then I'm going to treat him like what he is, a good person. Um, some people look at it as, religious aspects of it, which I will not get into. I'm not going to start a whole debate here, but, then there is also accepting the way people behave, regardless of, what they're got going on in their mind. Honestly, like I said before, I try not to judge people based on what they've done. Um, if you are currently doing it, then yeah, my opinion of you might be detrimentally affected by it. Like if you are doing something that is self-destructive or destructive to others around you, especially the latter, um, maybe my opinion might be detrimented. But if someone say someone has like a really heavy fascination in like medieval Gothic art, right? And they're always talking about it. Um, they wear dark clothes, and I'm not talking about an emo. I'm talking about like, they just think that stuff is really cool. Some people might look at them and be like, ew, they're a freak, you know? They're weird. I don't like them. And I'm just gonna be like, hey, that's what they're into. And you might be like, you're a hypocrite. You just said you're not gonna judge. And I'm like, uh, what if they're into doing drugs? Yeah, that's kind of a gray area because that's illegal. Um, and being into medieval Gothic art is not self-destructive nor destructive to others around you, unless, of course, you're attempting to assassinate them in order to use in a painting of yours. But it's like, as long as it's not hurting anyone, hey, I mean, I'm cool with that. And again, you can make the case, well, he's only hurting himself, or, this drug doesn't hurt you at all. Look, the fact of the matter is, if you have something weird about you that not many people know, or if you have something weird about you that you're afraid people will judge you based on, who gives a damn what other people think? If you think it's cool, then I am fully for it. Um, I will self-admit that I am a huge Star Wars nerd. Um, I know probably way too much about the series than I should. I probably know way too much about specifically the Galactic Republic than I should. I've even gone so far as to, you know, look up the Mandalorian language and not study it, but know certain words in it. And, that's just something quirky about me. Like, I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. Um, and certain people may see that and just be like, "Oh, you're a nerd. You suck at life. Like, you have no friends." And when people say stuff to me like that, I'm just like, "Oh well, I like Star Wars. Is that a problem?" Like, I know who I am and I know who you are. Maybe not necessarily as well as I should, because you can't really judge unless you truly know a person, but I know who I am and I know what I like, and just because you disagree with that, I'm not gonna let that run my life. And again, this touches on what I said in my last video about life in general with depression and suicide, but if you as a person feel you are doing something that you like, and if you are enjoying life, um, again, in a legal, non-self-destructive manner, or non-destructive to other people around you, don't let anyone tell you that it's wrong, because it's just you. You are who you are. You can't change that. You can change physically, like if someone calls you weak, you can go to the gym and buff up, but don't go to the gym and buff up because someone else told you to. Do it because you want to. That's really what this all boils down to is people are going to judge you no matter what. No matter who you are. You could be Gandhi, and there's always going to be someone out there that doesn't like who you are or what you do. And that's just unfortunately a fact of life. So when those people come around, you just have to look at them and say, you know what? I'm me. If that's a problem with you, then you're just gonna have to accept it because I'm not gonna change. And I don't want you to change either, unless, I mean, this is another gray area. If you're doing something that is, say you're a bully, right? And you're listening to this and you're like, oh, well, I shouldn't change who I am. No, you probably should. If you are making other people feel like less of a person or less of a human being, then you need to change. You need to change your attitude towards other people and your attitude towards life. I've heard stories of kids who were bullied, so when they moved to a new school, they decided, I'm going to be the bully. And that's not the right way to go about things. If you've been bullied, you know how much it hurts and how detrimental it can be to your mental health and your focus and how depressed you can get over it. Um, so why would you ever do that to someone else? What I think humanity needs to do is sit back and go and just say, you know what? We're all people. When it comes down to it, we're all a member of the Homo sapiens species, and we should really just come together. I mean, I'm not talking about religion, I'm not talking about politically come together, but I'm just saying if you don't, if you truly have some vendetta against someone and you can't stand them, then just move on. Don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything that could hurt that person. Just say, you know what? I really don't like this person. I can't stand them. So I'm just going to accept it and just be like, you know what? This person's a jerk, so I'm just not going to associate with them. Um, and that's all I have to say. I mean, I honestly don't understand where kids get off saying, "Oh, I'm better than you because, you know, because you're gay, I'm better than you." That doesn't make any sense. What, just because, you're that guy, then you feel like you can go around and picking up, 8 chicks a day, and just because this other guy happens to be a really nice person, he just so happens to like other guys, that doesn't mean anything, you know? It bothers me when people, make a case against someone for something so stupid. You know, if someone decides to go out and shoot 10 people, then yes, you can make a case against them because they are a criminal and they have destroyed the lives of other people. But you know, because, maybe this girl wants to go and date other girls, that's not hurting anyone. In fact, she's making other people's lives better. She's making, I would hope so. She would be making her girlfriend's life better, you know? She's making someone happy, and that's what it comes down to, is you just gotta be happy with who you are, and if other people don't like it, it's too bad. Don't change for other people unless, like I said before, you're doing something destructive to yourself or other people. But if you're just an honest, hardworking person, don't change, you know? So this episode's going to be a little short, but I like this format better where I can sit down and get my thoughts out coherently without having to stretch them out. So that's my little spiel on acceptance and just being you. So that'll be this episode, guys. I will see you next time.